Hello, this is Mara saluting you from the beautiful city of Cluj, which is kind of rainy now. And I'm saluting you after a sleepless night and an exam, but it's okay, because now I'm applying as a member for the national trainers team in Romania. So I'll present myself shortly about who I was, who I am now, and what I want to do. For a start, what I used to be. I used to be a debater. I did debate for 4 years in Ardeal, Romania. Then I went to university. I studied international relations for 3 years. I was in ISEC. Now I'm ending my 3rd year in ISEC. Mostly I was an OGXer and a trainer. What I'm doing now, I'm trying to graduate as best as I can. And I want to continue with a career in training, because this is what I finally found out that I want to do. So I'll follow a master's degree at conflict management, and hopefully I'll be a member in the NTT, or I'll keep on applying it until finally want me. Okay, now that I showed you who I was, I will go to the part in which I have to tell you about my motivation and about why I want to be part of the NTT. So, why I want to be part of the NTT? I want to be part of the NTT because, like I said before, this is what I want to do furthermore. And I know that I want to work in education later, and this would be a wonderful step to develop myself and develop others as well in the best way possible. I decided to do this at the International Trainer Slovakia. After I talked to some people there and who made me trust myself a little more, I decided that it's time to make a step further and finally take a great opportunity in ISEC Romania. Okay, now after this, telling you this, I'll tell you what I believe to be the role of the NTT. The role of the NTT, in my view, is to concentrate all the education in ISEC Romania, to have an overview for all the LCs, to have a common level of knowledge, to develop very good trainers and very good trainings in conferences, to gather materials and have a common database for the entire LCs to use, and last but not least, to provide another level of education at the national level, to provide a role model for the adult trainers and for the other ISECers as well, due to their expertise, to call it like this. I also believe that the national trainer stream should be present in any country, because it's a wonderful opportunity for the educational part, because ISEC, next to the experience, next to the internationalism, is also about education, at least as far as I'm concerned. So, what about the challenges that might occur? Well, the only challenge I see is in the following month, because it's also in the case I'm selected, it's also the transition month, so I'll have to dedicate a lot of time to this, which I will in case I am a part of the NTT. But this is also the month when I need to end my university for now. So I need to finish my bachelor thesis, which is almost done. I'm happy with it. And I need to organize my time a little better so as to dedicate myself to everything, both exams, bachelor degree, and also to the NTT. But as time has shown so far, I think I'll do it just fine. Okay, going further. What I believe to be the role of a trainer. In ISEC Romania, trainers, I think, are the ones to show both members and all the people they enter in contact with that education can be done in another way, in a fun way, with good materials, without being boring, with practical implications in the day-to-day life. They send knowledge necessary both for working in ISEC and outside, like conflict management and time management. They identify learning needs and provide what is needed. So I believe they are quite crucial to exist in every LC, at least a few of them, so as to ensure all the educational needs that need to be fulfilled in every LC. Also, I think a trainer needs to be a role model, because many ISECers, even after years, they still fear to talk in public. So I think a trainer can show how to do this, can be a positive role model, because in my view every member of ISEC Romania and in general should be able to hold a little speech in public and not be afraid of it, because we are competent people and we should show what we got. Okay, then also how should the NTT help the newies, the new trainers educated? From my experience, I know that immediately after the TTT, it's a blurry period in which you don't really know what to do next. You only had a very small training, you don't know if you're good at it, you don't know if you're going to do that continuously. So I also will show later that I found the problem this here, because in the following period after each TTT there are few opportunities for new trainers. So I believe the NTT has the role to help the new trainers by support via materials and just support that you can do it, here are some opportunities, by informing them related to opportunities for new trainers, for less experienced trainers but who have the necessary competencies, by showing them a role model, here's what you can do, look what I did after just a few trainings, look how far I got. And also I believe that the NTT should create opportunities in case there aren't any in LCs, by collaborating with the LCs in order to identify educational needs and use the competent trainers, even if they are not very experienced, in order to deliver knowledge to the new members, or in collaboration with other more experienced trainers in order to get experience themselves. Okay, what's next? What I want to see next in ISEC Romania on the training part. What new initiatives I want to see. I would like to see as an initiative a system of SOL, schimb de oameni între locale. I want to see them happening more often, exactly for this particular point of the new trainers who sometimes get lost because they don't have an opportunity immediately after TTT or in the following months. In this way, they could get experience by training together with more experienced trainers, by taking part in TTTs or in just preparation seminars in other parts, in other LCs, even if they are very, very short. Just going to the closest LC when they have a preparation and deliver together with someone else a new training in order to develop your skills. Because this is one of the problems I saw. Many trainers get lost. So developing a network of SOL, which is not very complicated, especially as they may involve 1 day, 2 days in which to deliver and watch trainings, might help the new trainers to remain in the system and create a powerful training culture in Romania. Okay, how I see the relation between the NTT and the LCs. I don't think any of these entities can exist one without the other. For a start, each of the members of the entity was at the time a member of an LC, so each of them has an emotional type and knows the problems and the solutions for an LC. But also the entity, as an entity, needs to cover the problems for all the LCs, which means what? Identify learning needs by keeping in contact with the TM VPs or with the LCPs, and to share materials that the new trainers and older trainers in every LC can use in order to solve the problems and educate the members for the theoretical and both the practical part of ISEC. Also, the LCs show support when there are conferences to be held, and they support with the location, the materials, and also the trainers needed to develop a conference, such as the ITTT held in Romania. So also the NTT exists due to the LCs who need the materials, who need the support, who need the education, and who need someone to coordinate and help, especially now in the condition when not all the LCs have an LTT anymore, but still they need trainings and they need education. Now, what is my vision on the future of the NTT? Regarding the training area in Romania, I had quite a good experience now at my latest conference, International Trade Trainers in Slovakia, and here they had these codes on which it was written NTT, the coolest entity, and I believe they were quite right, but for Romania I would like NTT to be the most wanted entity, in the sense that it should reach everyone, both ISECers and non-ISECers, be visible, and create some sort of role models through their experience, through their knowledge, in order to be seen by anyone and be and the others, both trainers and not trainers, to just look at them and say, well, I want to go there, I want to do more than this. I met the NTT in Slovakia and they were really impressive people, and they motivated me intensely in order to apply as well for this position. They had very good stories, and through their model, through their knowledge, they determined me, and I'm sure many of the participants, to do the most of them and get educated and learn and be part of that specific entity and apply. It's all about doing more than what you've done so far. So here is a bag of goodies about the tools, methods, and other things that I want to keep from the previous entities. The initiative I appreciated the most so far is the one related to the Dropbox and putting the materials together for everyone to apply whenever they need it. I think it's a wonderful opportunity for trainers to get materials, support the other trainers, have a database, because we were always complaining about not having a complete one. I think it's a wonderful idea. Second of all, related to the tools I'd rather use, I know when Simona Pătrașcu from Cluj was part of the NTT and led it, there was a platform for trainers in order to communicate, share opportunities, and so on. Regardless of the form of the platform, be it a Google group, be it a Facebook group, I'd like this initiative to exist, to be opportunities for people who are experienced, opportunities for people who are not so experienced but have the potential to do it, in order for trainers to get access to more possibilities. Last but not least, an initiative I'd like very much is to have trainings for other NGOs, for other universities, for students, because these trainings are needed. It opens a lot of visibility for ISEC, for further recruitments and so on. And moreover, it provides a role model for students who may apply to be part of ISEC and do more with themselves by learning from these particular trainings. Now, there comes the SWOT analysis of ISEC Romania so far regarding the entity. Regarding the strengths, I think we have very good, very qualified alumni which can help us by delivering trainings, providing role models, and so on. Second, I believe the TM network in Romania is very well developed and helps with material support and so on the members in order to be motivated to be part of the entity or just be trainers in general. Another issue I find as a strength is the international trained trainers, which is seen very well, and I believe the fact that it is international makes it a very great conference to be attended and be seen internationally. Regarding the weaknesses, in some LCs I didn't see a lot of training culture, so the fact that there isn't a powerful training culture and trainings are not as visible as other areas of development might be a problem. Also, I consider that the opportunities for training are insufficiently presented and viewed in all the LCs. I'm an OGXer, so I spend a lot of time on the platform, but many other ISECers don't, and they don't know about a lot of opportunities which they might grab simply. Regarding the opportunities, one of the great opportunities is related to this new system of using the Dropbox, because both alumni and members can share place articles, place whatever information, and this will be a great opportunity. Another opportunity, which I explained earlier, is related to having trainings in other NGOs, in other universities. And threats are related, as I said before, to the fact that the new trainers have few opportunities to attend, so they might get lost in the on the way, especially if there isn't an LTT anymore due to the new structure. So they need support from this point of view. Okay? What should be the focus of the new term, 2012-2013? I believe the focus should be correlated powerfully with the vision, the new vision, BHAG of the ISEC International, which is to reach everyone. So the focus should be to reach as many ISECers as possible through SOLs, through trainings inside LCs, through a good presentation of opportunities on the training area. Then I think the NTT should be visible as many conferences as possible, as many events as possible. And also I believe that the NTT should reach people, also people outside ISEC, by organizing trainings. ISEC trainings are very good, and unlike other trainings, they offer the same content many times, but at a low price or no price at all. So the level of knowledge and the professionalism of ISECers will increase the level of knowledge generally, and also will help improve the image of ISEC and make it visible in more other ways. So I believe the entity should be everywhere, and NTT should be the most wanted entity. Now that I've finished this part, I'd like to explain you a little bit about how I see a session about team management for newly elected team leaders. First of all, there will be the 5 minutes of intro, and then for 10-15 minutes, preferably 15, I will discuss with them the new team leaders. First of all, by asking them to enter the subject, there will be questions in order to reach the role of the team, to have a definition of the team in ISEC. So each will contribute to a part, so we'll have a final definition of a team in ISEC. The main purpose I want to get from the participants is for them to understand that the team needs to have common objectives, common values, and common goals. Then, by using questions as well and flip charts, of course, I will like to get them to have their own definition about their role in the team in order to get to their role of delegation. Here I would like to present them the Eisenhower chart, in which they will learn how and when to delegate, so as not to put too much pressure, but also so as not to do everything by themselves, which are main mistakes done by leaders. Then, after establishing what, I will like to establish with them when. And here we'll get into the part of the meetings, because many team leaders make mistakes related to meetings. They make them too long, too short, and so on. So I'll ask the participants to tell me about the worst meeting they've ever had, and thus, by using their examples, which will relax them by being funny and so on, we will reach the ideal meeting, held in time, no longer than predicted, ended in time, with a clear agenda, with clear objectives, and also which satisfies everyone and made with a purpose and not just to be. After establishing the main tips and tricks related to how to make a proper meeting, the team leaders will learn, because I consider this a dear subject to me and also very important when working in a team, how to communicate in the team and avoid conflicts, and if they appear, how to solve them quickly and without problems. First of all, they should know the fact that conflicts are normal. They will occur due to internal or external factors, so they should not panic. Then they should know that conflicts have several stages and they can be cut before they begin to be very severe. After this moment of cutting the panic, by using examples with how and how not to do, and they may give examples as well, I will show them the main tips and tricks for communicating assertively, which is what? to explain clearly what you want, not to expect people to understand what you want without telling them, having clear delegated roles, having respect, using empathy, and communicating directly what it is that is necessarily to be done. Also, the people's feelings should be managed, and so on. For all this, I will use examples and maybe a few short films in order to see them where communication fails and is no longer assertive. After having these examples, for the last 20 minutes before the wrap-up, the participants will have, first of all, 10 minutes to shared into 3 groups of 5 people to think how they would they have to think how they would solve a situation, and they will be given a fixed situation that happened in ISEC. As an example, you have a recruitment and you do not have anyone on communication, and you will not have anyone on communication. How would you solve the problems? By having just someone on TM and someone on OGX, for example. So they will have to know how to delegate tasks and so on and solve this problem quickly. Moreover, they will have to, one of them from every team will have to present a short 2-minute assertive speech in which they will tell a member of the team that he is not doing his tasks as he should be, and that he is not and that he's pulling the team back. The team leader does have to tell assertively that the person is not performing the way he or she should be. So then there will be a short wrap-up or with questions, so that everyone will tell something they remained with after the session. This would be the main task to be tackled inside the training. So this would be all from my part. As a PS, I wasn't crying during the session, but my eye is terrible due to the current. It was very nice to do this film for you, and hopefully we'll see each other live or on Skype. Feel free to contact me whenever you want to. So, bye from now.